Ooh, what's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is a premiere, a new show.
A new show.
But based on something from my childhood that I love very much. Willow is back.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah.
The thing no one was waiting for, because I honestly never thought we would get a sequel to this.
No, gosh, no. It was very much a surprise when it was announced. I was like, really? Willow?
Yeah.
Okay, because we both loved this movie when we were kids.
Yeah. We still have the VHS of it.
Yeah. It's like, it's always been very nostalgic.
Yeah.
But we went back and watched it recently, a few weeks ago now.
Yeah.
And we were like...
And it's nostalgic.
It's nostalgic, yeah.
I still love it. The movie's silly.
I love it.
And it's a bit ridiculous. I am going to be honest. I am hoping that the show has a little bit more structure plot-wise. I think the original movie is very fun. It's a little ridiculous, though.
Yeah.
And I hope they have managed to keep the lighthearted and optimistic, hopeful tone of the movie while also creating a show that has a little bit more weight to reality within the world that we're watching.
Yeah.
And I hope that this has found a blend between those two ideas.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too.
Sort of like, you know what gives me hope is that John Kasdan is the showrunner. And he was obviously Lawrence Kasdan, legendary, right? But John Kasdan worked on the Solo movie. And I thought that the Solo Star Wars movie did a really good job of taking the character of Han Solo and putting him in a more like personal, grounded environment for that character to exist in.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of hoping that John Kasdan has done that again with Willow here.
Yeah, me too. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
But I do hope that they keep a little bit of that silliness as well. It's going to be interesting to find the blend of the two so that it feels still like the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Shall we get into it?
Let's do it.
If you want the full-length reaction, go over to patreon.com/nerdynightly as always. But stay here for now. Give the video a like, maybe. I don't know what you crazy hooligans do on the internet.
Crazy hooligans.
Let's do this. Willow. That's the thing we're watching.
Correct.
Should I bring that joke back from the Sandman reactions?
What can I say? I was young.
He was hot. Oh, shit.
And, I'm just better at that than you are. Yeah. Superior in every way, Your Highness. One day.
Oh my god, just make out already. Jesus.
Yes, the prince, I believe, is hunting in the Western Wood.
Hunting? I wonder who's hunting today.
Hunting.
Yeah.
God, I love hunting.
Oh my god.
That was before. I'm not that guy.
I'm not that guy.
What do we suppose she means by presentable?
Well, I suppose not covered in dirt and grass.
Oh, whoa, she's so particular.
This movie has a lot more horny teenagers in it.
Yeah.
Than the original
I think
film.
it's going to be more of like a YA feel.
Yeah, kind of. I get that too.
Also, why does she have an accent and he doesn't if they're brother and sister?
I'm confused by the opening now. Wasn't her identity kept secret from her?
So, I don't believe that's Elora. I believe that that's the daughter of the prince, like the princess who turned queen because she defeated her mom, right? So she's the queen.
Okay, yeah.
I think.
Oh, I got bit by a fire moth, I think, which was strange.
You sure it wasn't a dove?
It definitely feels YAE. In a way I'm not sure how I feel about yet.
Oh, okay.
I wish I felt a little bit more fantasy. The dialogue just feels a little bit like contemporary at times.
Oh, the dialogue, yeah.
If she's really your friend, she'll be happy for it.
She's gonna feel like I'm abandoning her when she needs me the most.
His voice is like hot gravel.
Yeah, he's from
I don't know, but oh hey,
I'm pretty sure he's in Game of Thrones actually.
what's up, Tony Revolori?
There were two, but one of them fell out of a tree. So I have to marry that one. Think that countess is pretty? The one with the lips and the face?
Don't be obvious.
I didn't realize she was going to be a servant in the castle. I think they might end up together.
Tomorrow, Prince Graydon marries my daughter, Kit. At last, unifying Terezlin and Galadorn.
Wait, they get married tomorrow?
Love that she got to marry for love, but her daughter doesn't.
But also, why isn't the princess up at the table? Like, why is the princess at a lower table if she's getting married tomorrow?
Yeah. She doesn't even have, like, a spot at that table.
She doesn't have a circlet or anything? I'm very confused about what's going on.
Hey!
This is gonna end poorly.
We're getting married. That's weird, right? Can you guess who that was?
The princess.
It's Princess Taramis.
Yeah, I've heard that story before.
It's a movie called Brave. All the guys line up for the archery competition, and then Merida is like outperforms them at archery and is like, I'm not marrying anybody.
But Brave was not the first to do that.
Oh, no, I know.
You want me to...
Are you scared you might blind my pretty twin brother?
I'm a little worried about that.
Rather than sticking your nose in matters that you're incapable of understanding and are not your concern.
I thought he kind of was doing a good job there for a second, but sure.
Because the moment that they do, you'll just leave. Just like Dad did.
Whoa, what?
Kit, I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
Mad Mardigan left. It makes sense. The problem is they've left that dangling thread now, and, like, they can't bring him back.
I burned my muffins.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
I never burn anything ever.
I burned my muffins.
That's a euphemism.
Huh?
I know it's not the greatest marriage proposal of all time. In fact, it might be the worst. But what if it was better?
Okay. This show is wild already. I have no idea what it's about yet. But
I
like
don't know.
what if we my sister just said I can't commit to anything, so like what if we got married?
Oh my god, that'd be so crazy, right?
Or all the...
Oh, okay.
Oh. Let's go Willow.
She's like, the fuck is going
Fuck
on?
being a knight, go after that girl.
Yeah.
I will.
She truly is the cleanest serving girl in the history of the world.
Yeah.
Just a really solid makeup job for her muffin baking.
Do you think she's Elora? Or do you think that Redhead is Elora?
Oh. No. Well,
because Elora has red hair in the movie, right?
I still think it's Infus Nest.
Yeah.
Is that fog?
Magic fog.
We love a good magic fog. Jesus.
Ah! Why does she have a secret compartment for her sword?
It's a place of honor.
Whoa.
I'm always relatively careful.
He has no idea how to use that thing. Thus far, the combat has been very
Mid.
well, it's just that it's these shots where it's so close up that you can very rarely actually see what's happening.
What's happening, yeah.
And it's just cutting away from it. Which is it's cheap and it doesn't take much like rehearsal.
Yeah.
But if I'm being honest, like I have no idea what's going on right now from like a visual composition standpoint, which is a little unfortunate.
Yeah.
Press my cleaver.
Just keeping him captive until we need him.
Yeah. Seems a little weird.
It's kind of a fun idea.
That looked fun.
Yeah, this is cool.
That actually looks really cool.
Yes! I don't like that
No.
at all.
This fucking guy's like, oh, wow.
A lot of the creature designs are really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. I thought you were totally going to let go of her.
Maybe not the best quip, but...
You can't relinquish that responsibility to go questing.
To rescue the prince?
No, he's the leader of the Peckle
At
Cave.
least that I'm aware of.
Thank you.
At least that I'm aware of. Okay. I fucked around, so I might have some kids out there, but who knows?
Fellowship-wise.
You let your bride-to-be travel beyond the barrier without you.
It's not ideal.
Really? Even the one in the haberdashery with... Yeah, I just like the feel of velvet on my...
Even that.
Was he arrested for being a cross-dresser?
Don't they make hats in haberdasheries?
I have no idea.
You're going to need a sorcerer.
Sorcerer.
Yeah.
All the sorcerers are gone.
There's one.
So that means Roselle must be gone. If there's none left except for Willow.
I don't know. I feel like Roselle will make an appearance.
He believed that eventually evil would find its way in. And when it did, magic would be the only thing that could save us.
Sorcerers would think that. No, don't ban the thing I do, please. You'll need me.
Defy not by skill in battle.
Interesting to give her a sword with no pommel guard or quillion
No
on
crossguard?
it. Yeah.
I mean...
It just seems like they're fighting primarily with heavier blades.
Yeah.
Like, against that sword, a sword with no crossguard isn't exactly great at blocking anything.
Yeah.
It's just an interesting choice for the time period of the armor and what everyone else is wearing.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that, like, they don't care. They're like, oh, it's a cool weapon.
Yeah.
I think someone's following us.
You know, that's what I thought. And I realized you have to be pretty daft to follow us, considering we're all gonna die.
Wish someone told me. I'm really scared of dying. That and communal bathing.
In terms of, like, a list of things, okay.
He's either got a very small penis or just a hog. You know what I mean? He's like, I don't like embarrassing other men by being naked in front of them.
You can go back in the morning.
So what can you cook out here?
I kind of like that she's the Frodo, or the Samwise of the group.
Yeah. Give her a frying pan, please.
Possum stew?
Wow.
When we were attacked.
I feel like they could have not... They could have ended episode 1 with the kidnapping, with the big fight. And spent a little bit more time with these characters before it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was very fast.
I think he snuck her out of the castle one night and took her somewhere far away where nobody would find her, and then stayed with her.
Oh, Mad Mardigan didn't leave.
He went to protect Elora.
Why would I want to believe that he chose her instead of us?
Oh my god, that's so tragic.
Sometimes it's just easier to hate them.
His weapon is so impractical.
Oh my god, I know. It's like in D&D when you're like, I want this thing because it looks cool. Like,
Aww.
I don't know. She still has the like red curly hair that Elora had, so it still might be her.
Oh no, I think so. I think that Mad Mardigan took her away and then raised her with her family, and then they got attacked on the way back. I think you're gonna find out that that's the tragic thing that happened. That's why she just told that story. Yeah, this was moving really fast.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to Daisy's horse? Did she leave it behind?
I'm very confused as to what just happened there.
Daisy left so that she didn't get sent back, and now she's crossing the gorge on a tree branch, but her horse is gone? But they pulled her off a horse. She was on a horse at some point.
Yeah, she had a horse, yeah.
Daisy, run, girl.
Of the worm will come.
If it seems like there's a magic spell happening, maybe don't.
Yeah. Well, now she doesn't have a horse, so.
Oh no, yeah, the horse was there.
How is she still so clean?
She is the cleanest, like consistently the cleanest person I've ever shot. Does she have magic?
No, I think you can cross. I think
She might be Alora.
No, she's blonde.
She just went like this and opened the barrier.
Yeah, but I think that the barrier just prevents people from getting in. I think you can leave.
But I thought they said that the only way to pass through the barrier was through the gate.
Oh.
I thought that was the whole purpose of the gate.
You got to admire her persistence.
No, she's gonna get herself killed.
Hey!
How'd they find her?
I don't know, but I want that wrap. It's cool.
Oh, Ruff, it's great, yeah.
We're all in this together now. And out here.
Okay, but she doesn't have a horse now. So she's gonna slow you down.
If you're not vigilant at each moment, I swear you will not survive.
I knew he was about to get shot. Fucking hell. I was like, he's not gonna last more than one episode. You just... Oh, now she has a horse.
I can't believe they just killed him for comedy. What? No, get him.
Get his horse. Dumbass.
Also, the idea that they were able to hit him with an arrow, they're in like completely open fields without them seeing or hearing those horses.
Yeah, I know. They hadn't even appeared over the hills yet.
Yeah.
All right, Batman.
Ormond, you're supposed to be dead.
Well, that's not me, mate.
He's the new Mad Mardigan.
Oh, 100%, yeah. And I dig him. First of all, great beard.
Yeah.
Second of all, I do love a ridiculous weapon, even though I will laugh at it.
Yeah.
Invisible bridge.
Can you jump?
Their horses would be dead.
I just think you should be in love with someone before you commit to spending the rest of your life with them, right?
And you're a lesbian.
There's also that. It's almost like the realm can be united without marriage.
United through friendship.
The power of friendship.
If we listen to each other's hearts.
You're Willow?
Yep, that's me. Willow.
Willow.
It's okay. She is who she claims to be. How do you know? I read her mind.
Yeah! This is why this pilot's so weird. It's because they had to get to this beat.
Yeah.
Beyond the edge of our world. Into the unknown.
Into the unknown.
LFL.
That's why she had to have the wrap on, so that sleeve could come off.
Alright, so she's a blonde now.
But it's so good to see you, Elora.
Did he just say...
No, you've made a mistake.
You are Elora Dammon, last blood of Chimeria, future Empress.
You're about
a
to
mean
pass out.
stew.
Yeah.
What?
Oh. That... Yeah, wow, this is so contemporary.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
All right, that was episode 1. I actually really like the art at the end of this.
Oh, the art is rad. Don't get me wrong. Okay.
All right, episode 1 of Willow.
I love when we were like, oh, maybe she's a Laura, and I was like, nah, she's blonde. She.
Wow, I have so many thoughts. It's such a weird pilot. Like
It is.
It's such a strange structure.
Yeah.
I understand that you want to get to Willow, but I really feel like it felt fast, but it also didn't feel like it set things up really well.
Well, here's the thing, is you're like, well, they have to get to this point in episode 1. But they released 2 episodes at the same time. So I don't really think that they did need to be honest.
Well, but I feel like episode 1 could have ended with you have to go find Willow.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And then they could have slowed it down, but because the kidnapping happens in the middle of the pilot, meeting all these characters was so truncated, and because it's so truncated, all of the dialogue involved in meeting characters became very exposition heavy.
Yeah.
And I just felt like we were told a lot of things very quickly, and we weren't shown a lot of like character. Weirdly, the character who I felt like was given the most actual character in the pilot, and maybe it's because he's going to be gone for so long, is Eric, who I felt was given a lot of actual like action and interaction in ways that made me understand who he was.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not what I expected.
No, it's not what I expected at all either.
It's not bad, but it's not like amazing. It's sort of like
the campiness that I was like hoping for, instead of being like campy like it was from like the 80s 90s, is like 2022 campy, and they're very different vibes.
Yeah,
like very different vibes.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's very YA.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it yet. I think I need episode 2 because right now I'm
which
kind
is
of
probably why they released them together, right?
Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, right now I'm kind of like, what the hell?
I wish it felt a little bit more like high fantasy. Like I wish it just felt a little bit more like what the Amazon's Wheel of Time felt like.
Yeah.
Like I wish they leaned into that aspect of it a little bit more.
Yeah, me too.
I wish it was a little dirtier.
Yeah.
It's so clean.
It's so clean. It definitely feels geared towards like 13-year-olds, you know. It's not super like violent, right?
Well, and the combat just is. If the combat was just filmed a little bit more interestingly, if I can use a word that isn't a word, I think I would like it more. They lean really hard on cutting away from the actual like landing of blows, and none of the shots are more than 2 hits, which just makes the combat feel very light, and like they didn't have a lot of time for this is such a like I love combat, and like I've trained in stage combat.
Yeah, it's a personal thing.
This is just something that I love and care about.
Yeah, some people don't give a shit, and like that's fine.
And so this version of it, which is just let's edit it together to look like combat instead of teaching these people how to perform combat and have them actually do it on the day, is just not my favorite. And I get it; it's cheaper, but it it was also that sequence was very dark. Like it got like hard, and we like it's not like the screen that we're watching this on has bad brightness, and we're at max brightness. So like the fact that it was very hard to see who was attacking who through a lot of that, it's just not my favorite.
Yeah, that sequence was a bit tough to follow.
I like a lot of the characters though. I like the group that's going out. I found the murder of that old man and like the comedy of that very strange.
I was like, he's about to get shot. Like
I thought there was something that was gonna like whiz over his shoulder. I did not expect him to be bloody through the chest. And that's what's weird about it, is that there was blood on that, right? So it's not like they're playing this for kids, but some of the dialogue feels like it is. Like, just tonally, I don't know where the show sits right now. And that's a strange feeling after the first episode.
Yeah, I was like, this old guy doesn't fit in with the vibe of the party. Like, I was like, he's not gonna make it.
They also don't care at all that he's dead.
No.
Like, not one of them. He's like, I've raised Eric since he was a boy. He's like a son to me, which would imply that the main girl, that she would be like a daughter to him.
Yeah.
And she's like, doesn't even mention that he's dead.
She's like, oh, well, that sucks.
And then they run horses off a cliff. Everybody's fine.
That was weird.
It's not great.
No,
it's unfortunately not great.
I want to like watch episode 2 before I can really say too much on it, because right now I'm just kind of like befuddled. But a lot of the creature designs, like you said, were really cool. The creature designs and magic stuff, like I'm into that.
The villains seem really cool.
Yeah, that feels rad. But yeah, episode 2, I guess. Hopefully we'll.
I also I wish that the show had done a better job setting up. Just setting up. I wish they'd taken more time setting up.
Yeah.
Because the marriage element, like everything came as a surprise, because it didn't really make sense with the world that the scene before built up.
Yeah.
Like, she's, like, fighting with her friend on a cliff. And you're like, oh, okay, like, something...
Progressive high fantasy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And they're lesbians. And I'm like, I'm super into it. This is awesome. Like, LGBT representation, very into that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. They're going to have to go on an adventure because something's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get back to town, and it's like, oh, yeah, I'm getting married tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like her and her friend should have been talking about that on the cliff.
Yeah.
Like, if they had been talking about how, like, if you want to do that, right, have on the scene, have her be, like, overly aggressive with her friend. And she's like, what are you doing? Like, we're just training. And she's like, what are you so mad about? And she's like, oh, I have to get married tomorrow. And then her emotional stability at the beginning of the scene goes into her being married tomorrow in a way that makes sense, as opposed to her being so carefree. In that opening scene, it seems like she doesn't have a problem in the world.
Yeah.
And she's not happy about the fact she's getting married tomorrow.
Yeah, like, she doesn't care, but her friend is like, oh, I'm scared she's going to think I'm leaving her when she needs me most. And I was like, what? Oh, she's getting married tomorrow.
That was in scene 3 where that was said, though. So,
no,
like, these characters don't seem to have real emotional inner lives going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
That she cares about the marriage thing when it's being talked about, but not when it isn't.
Yeah.
The old man dies, and then he's never mentioned again. Like,
maybe in next episode we'll get, like, a... something.
Yeah, if they're gonna be flighty with what they care about, then it's hard to, like, really feel invested in the characters, and I think that's the biggest drawback for me personally at this moment.
Yeah, I understand.
I think it looks great, though. I think visually, like, for how much money they have, I think they've done a good job. I think they've hidden the budgetary, because there's definitely budgetary restraints on the show.
For sure.
But they've hidden it well in... Yeah. Like, the barrier looked really cool. It's
very vibrant, like, high saturated fantasy, right? It's not like that, like, grimy,
sometimes,
dark
but then
look.
sometimes it's so dark that you can't see what's going on.
At nighttime, yeah, it was impossible to see anything. But, like, the daytime shots, the greens are so green, and, like, the barrier was this, like, beautiful rainbow. Like, you know, I do love when fantasy is not just, like, dark and gritty, desaturated. So, you know, I do like the look so far.
Oh, me too.
So we'll see what happens next.
I just hope that we get some of that high saturation during some fight sequences, and that those I just hope the action is fun.
Yeah.
I hope that the action can be something that I can get invested a little bit more in future episodes, because I didn't really feel that in episode 1.
Yeah, no, that's fair. What?
It's not what I expected.
Yeah.
I thought this would be more about... I thought this would be one of those reboots where it's, like, more about, like, a passing of the torch. And this one is like, oh no, torch has been passed. Willow's here finally. Maybe, like, having Willow. Maybe the reason why they released episode 2 is because the show really comes alive when Willow's on screen.
Maybe.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
Even though one of his first lines of dialogue was the most, like, exposition difficult sentence of nonsense, because none of those words mean anything to the audience.
I was like, pardon you, like.
So. All right, we're gonna be back for episode 2.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with Mad Mardigan. Because, the real world, y'all. If you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave mean comments down below, because the algorithm god is hungry, and we must feed her. This episode, that algorithm goddess is the queen. It's Queen Saoirse.
Saoirse.
Because,
yeah.
God, she's still great. I'm, like, a little disappointed that she's, like, not on the adventure.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
She got injured, so she can't come along.
I know, but I love her. I don't even think she's injured. I think she's just, they were like, oh, like, the queen can't leave, but she's so good.
She got with the spiky bone whip. She got, remember?
That's right, the spiky bone whip.
She was sitting in her throne, and she's like, oh, God.
She's just such an incredible part of the original movie that it would have been nice to have her in every episode.
Yeah.
And maybe she'll be. Maybe there's more stuff going on back home or whatever, but...
Well, yeah, because that guy got branded and is poisoned somehow, so we're definitely... Something's going on there.
Right, the branding. This show's dark, but also very bright. It's weird. If you want to follow us around the internet, you can. I'm at Nerdy Nightly.
I'm at Claris Polaris.
As always, y'all, do something nerdy tonight.
Bye, guys.